Hey everybody, it's Mike here at Easy Guitar Theory. Appreciate everybody stopping by. What we're going to talk about today is string muting techniques. We're going to talk about some modern chord forms, a little bit of introduction onto using a capo. So there's a lot of unwanted noise that comes from strings or notes that are not actually in a chord, and that can be a problem when you're learning how to play guitar. There are a lot of techniques for muting and or avoiding notes that are not really needed. This will be beneficial in a lot of situations going forward, especially in the next couple lessons we got coming up. First, we're going to look at ways you can mute some of the strings on your basic chords that you've already learned. Our first example is going to be using a C chord, an open C chord. Hopefully this guitar stays in tune. So in looking at an open C chord, and I'm doing it right now without even thinking of it, the first thing I can do is I can let my third finger lightly touch the sixth string. That way you're not going to hear that when I play the chord. Now that's the first option. The second option is to let your thumb come over the top of the neck and mute out that sixth string. Now this is something that a lot of country players do, a lot of self-trained players do, and they use their thumb for muting over the top, but they also might use that for making notes of certain chords. The third option on a C chord is by moving our third finger up a string and then adding the fourth finger where the third finger was. Basically what we're doing is we're adding a G note to the top of a C chord. So when you see something that says C with a slash and a G or some other letters like that, the first thing is the chord and the second thing is the bass note. So this is like a C chord with a G bass note. Now a G is in a C chord anyway, so you're just filling out the chord also. Now our second examples are going to be with an open D chord. So we're going to make our D with slightly different fingers. We're going to take our first finger and put it all the way up on 2nd fret 6th string. Then we're going to make the rest of our D chord on the bottom here with our other 3 fingers. So we added an F sharp to the top of a D chord. Once again, this is another inversion. C over G was an inversion. D over F sharp is a D chord with an F sharp bass note. Alright, so there's other ways we can do that. You can also leave off the open high E string. Well, you can play that out or you can mute it. So we're just going to have first finger up on 6th string 2nd fret, second finger on 3rd string 2nd fret, and third finger on 2nd string 3rd fret. And now we can either strum all 6 or just kind of mute out the bottom string. If we want it to be more like a D, we'll mute out the first string. If we want it to be a D2 over F sharp, we'll let that string ring out. Here's the just regular D, and then with that note ringing out. Along with modern chord forms, a lot of artists use a capo to play open chords in a different key, often to match their voice. This is a device that you can put on the neck of the guitar to clamp down the strings. Basically, you're taking what is known as the nut right here and you're basically sliding it up the neck. So now I basically can slide all of my chords up and play them with the capo. Now, sometimes you have to tune your guitar once you put your capo on. Keep that in mind. So here's an example of a song that uses a capo, and it also uses these modern chord forms. This is a song by a guy named Shaboozy called A Bar Song, Tipsy. You guys probably heard this one out a couple years ago. That's a good one to practice. You can play it without a capo. If you don't have one, just play your regular chords on open strings and everything. So another thing you can do is kind of move these chord forms that you see in Shaboozy. We're going to just kind of move these ideas down a string, and we're going to be working with like A minor, kind of a B minor, or a G5 over B, and a C9. These are good transitions. Check this little chord transition out. That was an A7 sus4, G5 over B, C9 and back to the G5 over B. Kind of like Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, only that's capoed. Again, example of songs with capos. So another song that uses some of these modern chord forms, especially the ones that I just showed you, the A7, the G5 over B, the C9, it uses these forms, but it's capoed also on 2nd fret. This is a song called Closer to Fine by the Indigo Girls. So thank you all for checking out this lesson today. Remember to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Y'all have a good day. It's Mike here. Easy Guitar Theory.